Пожалуйста, не возвращайтесь в поместье. Она там.
With Women in Black, it was trying to go to a more old-fashioned way in terms of playing more on the imagination. And there's a lot of films now that are very gory, nasty, explicit, and I wanted to be implicit and to make a film that really worked its scares by making people confront their deepest fears in terms of, you know, their most sort of primal fears, I suppose. Fear of the dark, fear of the unknown, fear of shadows, fear of ghosts, fear of what's in that space between life and death, whatever that might be. And so we always contended that anything you could shoot would never be as scary as what you could imagine. And that sort of less is more, trying to tap into people's brains and get under their skin was what we were trying to do.
And that was the greatest challenge for you?
It was, because when you do something like that, it's, you know, and that less is more thing, a lot of people are always saying, can we have more of this, can we have more of that? And you have to hold your nerve and say, no, 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 it'll be scarier if we do less. And if we hold back the music, if we hold back the sound design, if we hold back the woman in black, you know, let's not see too much of her. And that was the challenge.
A few years ago, Michael Bay said that now it's the golden age to remake some 70s and 80s horror. If there would be a proposal for you, what movie would you take for a make?
I'm not interested in doing a remake. I would.
But this one is remake of TV story.
It's not, no. I mean, there was a TV story, but this is very different. This is based on the original novel. So there's never been a film of this book. But, you know, the great horror films that I've seen, they exist in their own way. They're great in their own way. I wouldn't want to revisit them myself.
How did you break the image of the Harry Potter with Daniel?
Sure, look, he had a very strong image as Harry Potter, you know, and a fantastically successful film franchise, and people are very much associate that with him. So we had to work harder, I suppose, to say, okay, here is an actor playing a new part. We worked very hard on his look. We screen tested him with his look, with his full makeup, full costume. We wanted a really strong graphic look. We dyed his hair, took away the glasses. He's got these brilliant blue eyes. He's got the pallid skin, his Victorian outfit. And then we worked very hard on the register and tone and substance of his performance to take him into a different place, as he should go as an actor, to explore a different character. So it was, you know, Dan and I worked very closely all the way through to really try and say, okay, look, you think you know Daniel Radcliffe, look at him afresh.
Well, but this story is completely old-style English story.
Mm-hmm.
Why this story will be interesting for people in other countries?
I think because it's scary, you know, and if it's scary, it's interesting. I think it's a good story. I think people often underestimate audiences and find reasons for people not to see things. They might say, well, it's this, it's that, it's whatever. But if it's a good story, and if it's been well told, and if it achieves its effects, then people will go and see it. And for me, what's been most reassuring is to see this film with 200 teenagers, and to see them screaming and jumping and covering their eyes and really enjoying the film is a real relief and a real pleasure.
And what will be your next project?
I don't know. I've got 2 or 3 things circling. I need to figure out, we need to get the stories right, we need to get the scripts right. So hopefully somebody will give me some money to make something soon.
But it will be a horror story.
No, probably not actually.
Не гоняйтесь за тенью, Артур.
Женщина в черном.
Она всегда там.